say, people?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Come on here, percolate.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, Phoebe at
I
work.
forgot Phoebe at work.
Right.
I forgot she at work.
Hi, everybody.
What's
Good
going
job. Listen,
on?
the topic is, if you didn't get the topic is, okay, women, give us the men some advice on dating, all right, capturing the relationship, and then maintaining the relationship. Give us some advice. Help us. Help us. Help us. Can y'all help us? Help us. Help us.
Go ahead, Phoebe. You can start it out.
Help us.
Really, Ronaldo's gonna make me go first.
Can y'all help us? Can anybody help? Help us. Give us some advice.
What, like, what to do or what not to do?
Give us advice.
What type of? I'm saying, like,
It don't matter. Advice. All of it. We need
well,
it.
you must trying to go on a date or something, Trey.
I ain't see. All we want is help. All we want is help. All we want is help. We just asking for help. The men, I'm speaking for the men. I'm speaking for the men. We just want some advice. Y'all women, so y'all know what, you know, you like to, happen in certain stages when you're dating. So in the dating stage, give us some advice, some do's and don'ts. And then as you progress and you're trying to get into some deeper relationship, all right, give us some do's and don'ts. And
All
then
right.
how to
We got you.
maintain it.
We got you. We
Give us
got
some
you.
do's and don'ts.
All
Well,
right, okay.
first and foremost, I would say stay true to you. Don't pretend to be something that you're not. So always stay true to you. Don't try to, if you ain't got it like that financially, don't try to front like you got it financially or in any other area. So stay true to you is first and foremost. And don't be sending like mixed signals. Be honest with whoever you're trying to date, court, or whatever. If you know you're only looking to smash, put it out there. She may only be looking for that too. You know what I'm saying? So just be honest with her. And if you know it, you know what you know about you. So if you know you're not going on the same path that she's going on, then there need to be conversation.
Communication.
And be consistent. Inconsistency is a deal breaker. I'm telling you, inconsistency is a deal breaker.
You said
Don't start out doing something
inconsistency.
and then
The don't would be
what?
being
So what? A lot of it,
inconsistent.
huh?
Inconsistency
Is a deal breaker.
is a breaker. Okay? And then you said the other one was what now? Be honest, be consistent.
Stay true to you.
Inconsistency is a deal breaker.
Right, exactly. Don't start out one way and then once you feel like, yo, I got her, then you kind of start slacking off and doing, what I'm saying, half-ass and doing stuff. So do what you do on a consistent basis. Like that's why I said don't pretend to be something that you're not. If you're not always this way, don't overdo it in the beginning and do something that you can't maintain throughout.
Okay?
Phoebe, you can jump
Point
in at any
Ronaldo.
time.
But to add, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so just to piggyback on what you're saying as far as dating, I agree with a lot of that. Everybody should have communication. Uh, I do think you should be open as far as what you want, especially in the beginning of the dating stage. Uh, I think you should collect more data on a person. I don't think it should be to where you just, it's all about fun. You know what I'm saying? And you forget, okay, what is your purpose of dating? Why are you dating? Are you just going out because you're bored? Like, you need to like have
Right.
that type of
Yeah,
conversation
right.
with
What's your
yourself.
intentions?
Yeah, like
What is
what's
your
your
intentions?
intentions? A lot of people have a lot of different type of dating advice that I've been listening to. Some of it is a little out of whack to me. I can't date 3 people at one time and all that. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody really needs to, if you're going to be serious and you're really looking for a relationship, I think that's when you should really start dating. But to be dating and you're bored, that's not really dating. You're just really looking for company. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Right.
you should really let that person know, these are my intentions when you meet them, because they could be looking for something else. And I'm the type of person, if I'm dating you, it's not going to be no sex. Not on the first date, most definitely, period. Like, if I'm dating you. Now, if that's something that I'm looking for, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm grown, you grown. Let's just make that known. But if I'm dating you for a purpose. And I'm pretty much like, more likely, I'm not going to be having sex with you. Especially if I end up start liking you a whole lot and I'm like literally dating you. That's going to be out of the question. But I'm going to ask him that, eventually, throughout the
Right.
conversation. Me, I'm grown, okay? I'm not going to be asking you what's your favorite color, you know what I'm saying, and all that on the first date. I'm going to be more into, what are your dreams? What are your ambitions? What are your
Okay.
goals? How do you treat your mama? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be more to that. Of course, we're going to laugh and joke because I'm just a original funny person as a woman, but I'm gonna be more into like, okay, I'm not gonna waste my time with you. Let's get to the point. Not so much serious, but I really do want to get to the point because I have things to do and I can't waste my time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense. I hope I was self-explanatory as much as possible.
Nah, you
No,
make
that's good.
sense.
That's good. That's good. That's
You
good.
make sense.
That's good.
Then too, I'm the type of person I kind of like go out all the way sometimes, a little too much sometimes, that's just me. But I've learned to slow down a whole lot more because people are just not interested like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
People really are trying to take their time a lot more today. But me, I know what I want. If I want you, I'm going to make it known that I want you. You know what I'm saying? I don't really hide it. I let you know that I really, really like you. You know what I'm saying? But if it's our first date, I'm going to kind of like get in the feel of it. I probably would wait on you to text me, to see if we're going to go on a second date or not, but
Right.
I
Right.
don't like the fact that it's a lot of rules in dating. Like, dang, it's just so
Right,
much.
right.
I really don't
When
like
you're
all of
dating,
that.
it should be just having fun, getting to know each other, and that's why a lot of people
Exactly.
don't understand the different phases of getting to a relationship. In the first stage, it's just dating. You're getting to know somebody, you're going out, you're having a good time, you get the feel for each other, and then you get to a point where you're like, you know what, I'm kind of digging this person. Um, you know what I'm saying? You have a conversation. You say, hey, listen, I'm feeling this kind of way. If we're on the same page, then we can go into the courting stage. And the courting stage is the exclusive stage where you're not seeing
Yes,
anybody else, you're not dealing with nobody else. It's
exactly.
just you two getting to know each other on a deeper level, right? So then once you
Exactly.
get through that courting stage, now it's like, listen, I've seen all that I need to see. I feel like you can be somebody I can be in a relationship with. Then you go into the relationship stage and then you become in a relationship. But what happens is people going from, hooking up straight into a relationship phase, and you're forgetting the whole middle ground part. It's not a rush.
Mm-hmm.
Take your time, get to know each other, have fun,
Yeah.
and let it evolve into what it's supposed to evolve into. And if you get to a point where you're feeling a certain way, you develop feelings, you get into the point where, listen, I'm really digging this person, then you need to have that conversation and put it out there. And either one, they're gonna say, I agree with you, or they're gonna say, two, I'm not there yet. And then you need
Mm-hmm.
to make that decision and say, listen, I'm at a stage where I'm trying to go this route, then I'm gonna just go a different way. Or you stick it out, you stick and stay and see if they get to the point where you
Mm-hmm.
are. But it's gotta be that communication. And it's gotta happen organically and naturally and not forced.
So it can't be
Right.
not a forced conversation.
Right. It can't be a forced conversation, but being around somebody, you can tell if you know what I'm saying, things go on a certain way, if they vibing with you or if they not vibing with you. So you get a sense of that.
I agree. I don't like the part of dating where the other person doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that
Right.
beating around the bush type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if I'm giving you my time is precious to me. Like,
Precious.
don't sit there. You know, if you want, I believe after like the first or second date, a person knows if they want to continue with you or not. Like, that's not hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you grown, it don't take 55 months for you to figure
I
out if you really
I don't
like me
think
or not. Like,
yeah, I don't
really?
think it take 55 months, but I also don't think within 1 or 2 dates is enough, because you haven't shown them enough to even see if you are that person that they can be with in the long run. You have to spend some time with this person and get to know
Right.
this
I
person,
mean,
because but yeah, but I feel like we as women are more apt to express our feelings, express, how we're feeling and go around that. So this will be something I would say to the guys. Be open and honest and be okay with expressing your feelings. And if you feel a certain way, express that. And and know that we're gonna be all right with it, or we not. And if we're not, then it's just time to move apart,
right.
you know what I'm saying, and go different ways. But a lot of times I think men don't express themselves as far as like, yes, I'm digging you, or no, I'm not really digging you, for the simple fact that they're gonna lose that certain benefit of being around you. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be open and honest with each other, you know, whether it go the way we want it to go or not.
Right.
Mute your microphone while you ain't talking, P.
I was finna say, I'm about to, Trey, I heard you. I was about to say, I really think, me personally, just going through time, I really think that a man, and I'm just speaking on a woman's perspective and relationships that I've been in,
That's
men
what we want. That's what
typically
we want.
know. Men typically, in my experience, they know before you know if they want to be with you or not. That's just my experience now. Women more so typically look at a man, okay, they look at him, if they're going to be attracted to him first, you know what I'm saying? Is he going to be able to provide? But men look at you if they're in a serious dating stage where they want to be with someone. They're looking to see if that woman is going to be more my future. Can she, you know what I'm saying? Can we vibe together? Are we going to be able to hang together? Can we build together more, like, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it. But I really do think men actually know. They're going to say yes or no to themselves before they actually tell you if they want to be with you or not. I'm just
I,
saying.
I I agree to a certain extent. I think both men and women have this conversation within themselves, although it may be different from men versus women. So as women, we're looking at, can he be a provider? Will he be a protector? Can I trust him? Can I, you know what I'm saying? Is this somebody that I can submit to? Is this somebody that I will allow to lead me in this family? We're looking more at that type of stuff. Whereas a man coming in, they're not really looking at monetary stuff when they look
Right.
at a woman. They looking at is she gonna be a good support system? Is she, you know what I'm saying, is this a safe space? Is she gonna be able to take care of the house and take care of the kids? And can I trust her? Is she gonna be respectful to me? Like, they looking more on those terms and things like
Right.
that. So although our different things of how we view things are totally different, it's still for the greater good of a relationship, and we just see
Right.
things differently.
Right. I agree. I agree. As a man, that's I agree with Phoebe a little bit. I ain't gonna say that we don't know if we want to be with a woman, but it don't just be like right away, because like in the beginning, it could be something that we like about you, and we don't even really know you like that. It could be, then we could spend time together, and 2 months later, I discover something else, a trait, a character trait about you And I'm like, man, at first she was cool, but now you see what I'm saying? So
Right.
I agree in a sense, but in a
Right.
way, you know what I mean? It could,
Because here's the
any which way it could change. It could be
right.
no in the beginning. It could turn to yes. It could be
Right.
yes in the beginning. It could turn to no.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I was just saying, but in the beginning stages, what I'm saying is you're gonna know if you want to at least try to pursue
Okay.
more than just a date, is what I'm saying. I
Okay.
understand it's gonna take some time. I'm just saying men typically know within like I'll just say the first 2 or 3 dates if they're gonna be like, hey, I think I'm gonna try to pursue further just a
Okay.
little bit more steps
Okay.
than just a date. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah,
I really do think men feel like that.
Okay.
but I think men and women do that though.
Yeah, I was just
You
saying for men.
right. Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying, well, a lot of people are like, oh, a man know in the first 3 months if he want to marry her or such. I know they know if they don't want to marry, but they don't know necessarily when. You know what I'm saying? If they gonna marry you, you know what I'm saying, that soon. But I do feel like there are certain traits that you will see initially. But you can't see everything within those first few dates. You got to spend time with somebody and see,
Right.
because in the beginning we all put on our best self, right?
Right.
We put on this persona and we put on our best self, right?
Right.
So then gradually over time, the real you gonna show up.
Absolutely.
The real you gonna show up. We put on a representative showing up in the beginning.
Right.
So yeah. So over time, then yes. But I do feel like though, to Phoebe's point, when you get to that point where I think communication need to be had.
Right. Right. I always I always say is like you said in the beginning, when two people who don't know each other, when they meet, and I know if I'm a dude point of view, we gonna be on our best behavior. It's almost like putting a mask on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to give you the best impression of me in the beginning. I'm trying to give you the best. I'm trying to make you leave and go home and be like, he was, you see what I'm saying? He was straight. You know what I mean? But I feel like you gotta because you don't know how long he gonna keep this mask on.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta let this mask come off before you can know who he is, and before you know, wait a minute, I can't deal with dude. He ain't. See what I'm saying? You gotta be able to see him for real to be able to know him for real and to be able to know if you gonna be able to deal with him or not.
Right.
A lot of time we just we so enamored by the initial meeting, the initial, interaction. And that's the part that, we fall in love with.
Mm-hmm.
You think that this is this person, this, he's sweet, he's so sweet, he a sweetheart, he just so nice, he just, you know what I'm saying? Not
Mm-hmm.
realizing he was doing this basically like strategizing.
Right.
Basically, he was doing this to get you to be like, all right, he cool. But like it go to like what y'all was saying in the beginning. Don't start doing something in the beginning you're not gonna keep up.
Right.
It's almost like that. Cause you really just doing this to persuade her. Knowing that ain't even really you. You ain't even nice like that. You don't even really open doors for women like that. You don't even really, you see what I'm saying? That ain't even really you. And if enough time go by, you will be able to see that about him in a show.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can make a choice like, look, it was you cool, this, but I don't like this about you, and I don't know if I can deal with you like that.
But here's the thing, though. What happens is a lot of times is guys put on that persona as you were speaking of in the beginning, and we as women, a lot of us as women, we fall for that potential, that persona. We've seen that you can be this, right? And so we get this fairy tale in our head of what it is. And then if they done had sex with you, they done, you know what I'm saying, you don't put it down on them or whatever, then they fall in love with that part of it. And then those red flags are there, but they omit, they're not seeing though. The blindfolders are on because they have this image in this fairy tale in their mind of what it could be, not necessarily of what it is. So yeah, so I would just say just be true, always be true to you first and foremost, and be honest with those who you are dating, those who you are seeing, those who are you are pursuing. Regardless of it may be painful or hurt their feelings. Be honest.
So listen,
And to a lot,
y'all said, you said, one thing that you look for is how a dude treat his mama.
Yep.
What is elaborate? Like what's
Well,
the? Go ahead.
Well, first of all, if you disrespect your mom, you have no respect. Like you talk to a trashy. First of all, a boy and his mom, that's her first love. You know what I'm saying? And he is, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And if you just trashy with your mom and you just don't have no respect for her, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna treat your woman good.
Right.
I mean, that's your first love. I mean, come on. Every man that really loves his mom is pretty much going to treat his woman good. Seriously. I've seen it.
Yeah. And see, where you look at and how you treat your mom is important, but where
it is very important.
It is very important. But what I mostly look at is how you treat your kids. Are you involved in your kids' life?
Yeah, but everybody don't always have kids though.
But no, but I'm saying if you do have kids, if somebody, like I'm 40, so 9 times out of 10, if somebody that I'm talking to and seeing, you got kids. So
yeah.
It's how you treat your kids. Are you involved in your kids' life? What's your relationship with your kids like? That is huge for me. But that's going to determine how you treat mine, and if we have kids together, how you going to treat them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I really think.
I think too, like, I think a person should like care though. You know, I mean, I do. I care how a man treats his mom. I mean, because I'm going to ask you about your mom. You know what I'm saying? The whole time we're dating, that's something that I'm going to do. You can genuinely tell how much people care about other people because they're not going to just ask about you. They're going to ask about your grandmother, your father. They're going to ask how your children are doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a selfish person. I actually care about what's going on in your life, your family's life. And if you don't care about your own family, I know you won't care about my family that we create. You know, it's gonna show. Your fruit will show.
Is it any kind of what word I'm looking for? Is it any kind of what word I'm looking for? Exceptions. Is it any kind of exceptions for as how the man treat his mama? Is it any kind of exceptions with that, or is it just a?
I think regardless of if you were neglected, abused, or anything like that, I think it should still be some type of a mutual respect. You don't have to like them. You don't have to be around them all the time, but not talking bad about them, not putting them down, and different things like that is crucial as well. It also shows your character. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of how they treated me, I'm still going to show them some type of love and some respect, because at the end of the day and at the beginning of the day, that's still your mama.
Right.
It's too, and that question that you said, Trey, is very important, It is a deal breaker in some cases. But if you're a broken person from a broken home and all that, you broken, I think you should stay away from relationships at that point, because you're just going to continuously hurt somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But if something has happened in the home to where, I mean, you're not disrespecting your parents or your mom or whatever, you just don't deal with them, you should, like Renata said, have that communication with the person that you're dating to let them know what's up and why it is the way it is, so people won't assume.
Okay. So 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 to just an overview. Okay. So the top 5 advice, run them down for top 5 advice. Number 1 will be
Stay true to yourself.
stay true.
Be honest.
That's number 2.
Huh?
Number 2 is be honest.
Yeah, be honest.
Okay.
Communication. Phoebe, you can jump in at any time. Be consistent. I'm gonna run consistency in the ground.
But above all, you should, like Renata said, be true to yourself. Like,
Yeah,
you can't love nobody, do nothing with nobody if you ain't got nothing going on for yourself. If you ain't taking care of yourself, loving yourself, you don't treat your family right, you don't clean up, you don't make your bed. You're like, what type of dating are you finna go on? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even have your life in check, but you trying to go get somebody else and add them to your life. Stop it. No, you need to pump your brakes and start over.
Right. I also
listen.
Go ahead.
I need 5. I gotta stay true, be honest, communication, consistency, and inconsistent go together. I need 1 more.
Be emotionally involved.
Ooh.
Like, be emotionally involved. Like, be able to express yourself. And I put that separate from communication, because a lot of people separate that. Like, you can talk to me all day about problems, about issues and things like that, but when it comes down to the core of how you feeling, a lot of people will dance around that. So be emotionally connected and emotionally involved.
I like that one. I like that one. Stay true, be honest, communication, consistency. Inconsistency is a deal breaker.
Facts.
And be emotionally involved. Listen, can you get turned off? Let's do like this. Say you meet a dude, y'all date. That's good. You talk about the relationship. You do that. That's good. You get into the relationship. Everything good. Then at some point in time, he becomes emotionally detached. He not emotionally involved. Is that like a something where you would be like, well, look, is that like a breaking point?
That's a communication point.
Is that something you would leave for? How you deal with that?
That's a communication. That's when we sit down and I figure out, hey, is everything all right? Is something going on? I've noticed you're emotionally detached, so that's his point to come on and say something like, hey, I've been dealing with this. It could be outside of the relationship that's causing him to be emotionally detached. It could be something with work. It could be something with his boys. It could be something with his family. It could be something with his kids, baby mamas, or it could be a number of things. But that's why I said he got to be able to communicate that. And the only way we can move as a unit is if we communicate, right? And don't worry about that person's feelings in the sense of you not being able to express how you feel.
Right. So what I'm asking you, let's just say you asking him about you know, why he has become emotionally detached. He is not engaging. He pushing further away.
Right.
How you deal with that?
That is
Do
an absolute.
it come a time where you like, yo, I can't deal with it no more?
Yes.
Like at what point is it enough?
At one point it is enough is after we've had this communication, after we talked about it, and there has been no progress and no effort made to progress. Then at that point, it's time for me to step away because I know me as a person. I am very affectionate. I am very emotionally attached, emotionally involved. You gonna get all of me. So if I'm not getting that reciprocation, then I'm going to detach. I'm not going to be who I am naturally because I'm not going to want to be affectionate. I'm not going to want to because you're detached. So if
Right.
I can't be who I am around you, and I got to tiptoe around you, then we got to part ways.
And there's nothing wrong with that, Trey. To answer your question too, from another standpoint, it's nothing wrong if you detach or you feel emotionally detached from a person. Maybe that person just isn't for you, and that's
Right.
okay. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It is okay. You don't have to beat yourself up. That other person don't have to beat themselves up. Of course, yes, y'all should talk about it because you all are in a relationship or whatever it is that you are in. But it's okay. I think a lot of people are damaged too because things weren't talked about. And that is okay. If we
Right.
dated 3 months, 4 months, and I want to go to something else. I mean, I want to try something new. It's okay. It is totally and
It is
perfectly
okay.
okay if that happens. If that other person don't understand, that's on them. As long as you said your piece, you don't have to stay with that person because it could be something that the universe or God is saving you from. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Something that he sees. You know
And
what
at the
I'm saying?
same
So
point,
it's nothing wrong with that.
right. And at that same point, it will be selfish of you to stay in a situation where you know
Right.
you no longer want to be in. That would be considered selfish. I would rather somebody
Mm-hmm.
say, listen, we've been seeing each other for X amount of time. It's not going the way I feel like in my mind I want it to go. That we can still remain friends or whatever, but this isn't it. I would respect you way more than you staying in a situation where you know this isn't where you want to be. That goes
And I
back
wouldn't want
to
to be with
being
nobody like that
honest.
though.
That go back to being honest. That's why I gave those top 5.
Right. Right. Stay true. Be honest. Communication. Consistent. Inconsistency is a deal breaker.
Yes.
Yep.
And be emotionally involved.
Right.
And you know what too,
Oh,
Trey? A lot of people,
go ahead.
go ahead. A lot of people are in relationships by themselves. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like a lot of women, I think it's more so women than men
It
because we
is.
tend to fall for these guys faster
It
than
is.
they tell us and they like us. And we be in a relationship all by our lonesome and we be creating problems. And he ain't even said he really wanted to be with us. We just automatically in our mind and in our emotions are
Mm-hmm.
in a relationship with
Hey,
somebody and we are the only person in that relationship.
but
Yep.
listen, I
Exactly.
know y'all might not think, that dudes do that. You probably ain't, experienced it or whatever. But it's dudes that be in relationships by themselves too now.
Now, but
So
here's the thing. Right. I agree. I agree, but I think it's for different. Well, I ain't gonna say different dynamics,
Right.
but I think a lot of people are staying in relationships because they got kids together, or they feel
Yeah,
like they're
that
gonna
too.
lose something if they financially. You know what I'm saying? If they built some things together, they feel like they gonna lose that. Like, oh, I'm gonna have to pay half of this. I don't want to have to pay child support. I don't want to have to pay spousal support. So it's cheaper to keep her. You know what I'm saying? Sort of thing. So people stay in relationships because of that, and a lot of women stay in relationships because they don't want to start over. They they
Start
they
over.
don't want to. They
Exactly.
don't want
so
to. They
look,
don't.
so
Wait,
elaborate
wait
on
a
that.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They don't want to start over. They don't want. Everybody keeps talking about body count. They don't want to add on to the body count. They don't want to. you know what I'm saying, detached of their family and not be in the household with their kids and the kids' dad, regardless of the bullshit, the BS, I ain't getting cuss on TikTok, regardless of what's going on, a lot of people will stay in dead end situations knowing it's not going nowhere because of outside influence, because of what other people may think.
And not just that, I've done it. I did it for 8 years. Stayed in a relationship. I knew it was trash. I knew it wasn't going nowhere, and I knew that I was the only person really in that relationship. But guess what? I stayed. Why? I was fearful. I felt like I had put all my time, all my money into this one person, hoping and praying that one day it was going to be better. And it never got better. It
Right.
never got better. So I can't do nothing but blame myself for that. You know what I'm saying? And I just grow from it. I know not to ever do that again. See potential in
Right.
people. You know what I'm saying? We have to learn how to let them be who they are and let them
Right.
keep going.
Right. And eventually they're gonna show you who they are. But
Exactly.
at some point, you gotta be honest with yourself. I'm talking to the ladies and to the men. You gotta be honest with yourself and do what's best for you.
So listen, and this is my question. You said sometimes women stay in relationship because they don't want to start over.
Yes.
My question is number two. Why is starting over? Why do that seem like it's what's the negative?
Because
What's the
you've been invested.
I'm
You've invested
yes,
so much
yes.
time, so much energy. You it's I'm telling you, like when women we get hit on so much. It's so many
Yep.
people, so many opportunities that we don't let go by because we are focused on you and what we got going
Yes.
on. So it's like, man, I done turned this person down, this person down. I don't let go of this. I could have been over here doing this. I have emotionally, physically, financially, everything invested right here. There's no other options when I'm with you.
Exactly.
So,
Well,
and
some
I've
people are
grown
like
with
that,
you.
yes.
I've seen where you were to where you are now. I helped you get there. You didn't get there by yourself. We built this
Yep.
together. So now we're gonna destroy this.
But actually, you know what, Renata, we didn't build nothing together. You built it by yourself. We made up this relationship in our mind
In our
that
mind,
it
in
was
our
gonna
mind,
work.
in our
In our
mind.
mind that it was trust me, I'm telling you, I did it. I thought it was gonna
Right.
work. I invested my time, my money, like my life, like
And
everything
listen,
into this one relationship.
I've had kids. You know what I'm saying? I put off careers. I put off uh, you know, everything like different opportunities for the benefit of the family. It's a lot of things I gave up.
We invest too much too fast is
Mm-hmm.
what we do. We
Right.
invest
And
way
when I say women don't like start, I'm saying women as in, you know what I'm saying, not certain women on here or you know, I'm talking about overall. A lot of women don't like starting over. But as far as me, where I am today, I can just like that. I can cry about it,
shoot,
but I'll
I
be
done started
okay.
over 3 times
I'll be
already since that relationship. So it is what it is at
listen.
this point.
You know, the life expectancy is about what, about 80? I am
Yep.
40. So I ain't got time to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it is what it is. If it ain't what it ain't, it is what it is.
And then too, Trey, people don't want to start over because people are tired. Like
Mm-hmm.
things are so hard now and so rough on people. People be like, man, I'm just gonna do my best to try to make this work, do
look?
what I can.
Would you would you put after you so heavily invested and starting over, you know, come about? Would you equate that to like going back to kindergarten and having to graduate again? Is that like something you would say like
No,
having to
it's
go?
like to me, how I would look at it is like I done saved up all this money, right? I got $1 million in the bank, and then the recession hit and wiped all my money out my account.
Oh.
Now I got to start all the way over to kind of build this back up to where I needed to be. Right. So that's how I look at it. Like, man, like we was here. We were here.
Right.
Okay.
But we women got to realize that it's a billion people, trillions of people in the world. We think that we put all our investment into that one person, like it ain't a billion people, you know what I'm saying, in the world. But we be loyal like that. Once we make up our mind to stick with that one person, and sometimes men and women still don't even see it, that you stuck with them through thick and thin, and they still gonna do what they do.
And that's why you got to trust them to do what they going to do. You know, we can't force people to be who we think they should be. Let them show you who they are. And then you move accordingly. That's how I see it. But that's why a lot of people aren't really getting into relationships right now. You know, they say the dating scene got piss in it, yo. Like it's crazy out in these streets.
Yeah.
That's why I just be
Shoot.
chilling. I be low key. You know what I'm saying?
People
It's too much
getting
going
their
on
sneaky links and moving on.
right, and because people are scared to get in a
Yeah.
relationship, so a lot of women are just settling for the
Yeah.
sneaky
They
link. They
settling.
here go,
Yeah.
and then you go on about your business,
Yep.
and I'll just keep it moving because it's
Facts.
showing you. Social media is showing you how people are moving out here in these streets, and nobody is
Facts.
safe. Nobody. You can be the best. You can be, you know what I'm saying. You can be the cook. You can clean. You can do everything that a person says that they are looking for, and they will still go out and do what they say what they're gonna do. Right. So it doesn't matter that you're the virtuous woman. It doesn't matter that you look good, you got the body of this, you put it down like this. All that don't matter. It comes down to that individual person and who they are. It has nothing to do with you as a person.
Glenda said she believe we attract the energy we give out. Listen,
And
this is what I want to say.
agree. I agree.
This is what I want to say. This is what I want to say. Sometimes you don't even have to be giving off a certain kind of energy. You could just be a magnet. People is just drawn to you.
That's me.
So sometimes it ain't even about what you attract. It's just what you accept.
Right.
Yep, that's true.
Sometimes
That's true,
you can't
Trey.
help that you just
right.
you know, you can't help it. So how you live naturally, people just drawn to you. You can't help that part. But you can help. You can help, you know, who you choose to entertain.
That's right, Trey. Yeah.
That is key. And a lot of times, like with me, I have a big aura, a big energy. I naturally attract a lot of people, good, bad, ugly. But that's when we got to have the spirit of discernment, and you can see and sense the type of person. I know based on how you approach me. If I'm in a room, I can feel you out. I feel all this out. So regardless of what comes to me, some people coming for love, some people coming for help. Some people coming to get what they can get and move on to the next. But that's where the spirit of discernment comes in, and you be able to see these type of people, and it's on you to either accept or not accept.
Kiana said, and by then you be drained, and the healing is gonna take time before you should even start moving on. Listen, let me ask you a question. Do y'all think that it take longer for women to heal from relationships than they do men? Is that something that I'm talking about now? I'm talking about like real. I'm talking about, y'all in a relationship together, man. And y'all split up. Is it like some kind of common theme for women to think that men get over relationships quicker than men?
I don't see it that way. I personally
I don't
see it
either.
that way.
I
I
don't
think
either.
that men love hard too. They just
Yeah, I
express
get
it differently. I think initially after the breakup, women we suffer first. So we go through that first stage of, hurting and crying and pain like that. But then it hits the man after the fact. While we're on our upward bound of healing, that's when it really, really hits y'all. When y'all notice, that we wasn't playing and we not coming back and you don't have access to us no more, that's when it really hits y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that, you guys don't have heartache and pain and don't suffer.
Right.
We just do it at different stages.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I think it's equal when it comes to being hurt. Hurt ain't got no gender.
It don't
It
have
Hurt
don't.
is hurt. It
right.
don't have
Listen,
no gender and it don't have no age.
because listen,
No.
listen, and you right, because I think, but like as men, see, that's why I say the women, y'all is way stronger than us and way less emotional
Right.
than us.
Yes,
And
men are more emotional.
I'm gonna explain now. Now, if it's a woman that go through this, she go through her hurt, she deal with her hurt, she might, the next time that, she let her guard down to this dude, whoever this dude is, whoever she allow, whatever, she gonna be willing to be her same self again, give herself, do her, you know what I'm saying? Again. I'm gonna go through this again. I'm gonna do this again. As a dude, and as from personal experience, we go through that hurt. We go through that heartache. Our mind like, I'm not going through that no more. I ain't going through that no more. So I don't care if I'm gotta lie. I don't care if I gotta whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going through that heartache and pain no more. See what I'm saying? So we way less emotionally unstable than women, because we can't even deal with the emotions for real. We try to run away
Right.
from it because we don't
But
want to. You know what I'm saying?
y'all
Women can.
wasn't taught how to deal with your emotions. So that's why you can't express it, because you wasn't taught. Your emotions were suppressed as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So when you grow up into an adult and you get into these relationships, you don't even know how to express yourself.
Yep, exactly. That's why
We
when
feel
boys grow up, go ahead, Renata.
no, you good. Go ahead, TV.
That's why when boys grow up, their parents and their siblings and other people be like, "Oh, boy, stop that crying." You know what I'm saying? He ain't even got time to even know what an emotion is. Then when he become a man, he don't even know what to do. The first time he
Right.
get hurt, he shut everybody down because how he was raised. Nobody raised him, like you said, to express his emotions. That's why women are able to have that emotion, deal with it, and then move on.
And move on.
Damn.
Exactly.
And the
But
hurtful thing about it,
that's good.
That's why I said that, because you don't know how to express yourself because it's been suppressed since a kid. So when you get in a relationship, we as women, you know what I'm saying, we're expecting you to be able to be emotionally invested, be able to communicate it. But at the same time, if you haven't been, you know what I'm saying, allowed to, it's going to be hard for you to do that.
that's what I was about to say too, Renata. We as women, you know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to get into the relationship so fast, we don't even know what we're dealing with yet. This man could have
Right.
all kind of trauma from his childhood, from the last relationship,
Yes.
and we have got
Yes.
to be able and ready to deal with. He should be able to come to you in peace. You should be his peace. You know what I'm saying? If you're not ready for that, then you need to step back out of that, because
Right.
men, especially in today's time, they really need us to
They
be
need
there
that
for
safe
them.
space.
You know what
They
I'm
definitely need
saying?
that safe space.
They need that cornerstone for them. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's something that I'm learning today within myself too, is to be able to be a peaceful woman where my man can be able to come to me and it be okay. Not just
Right.
to me, but I can go to him as well. You know what I'm saying?
It
But
should go
men
both
really do
ways.
need that. And
Right.
believe it or not, men are crying out for that help, not just from us women, but from other men. Somebody that they
Yes.
can talk to, and they don't
Yes.
have nobody to release that
Right.
to. Period.
Right.
So why would we women be doing all this nagging and cursing at him and all that and now you're wondering why he gone to the
Why
other
he can't?
woman. Well, he
Right.
can't come to you.
Exactly. And the thing is, a lot of men, they talk to their boys, but they only talk to their boys on surface level stuff. They ain't gonna go into the nuances of everything. They ain't gonna go all down into, feelings and all that stuff. They're gonna talk surface level stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So we as women have to be their safe space. We have to be their peace and allow them to be vulnerable within us. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
trust that we're not gonna use it against them later on down the line in an
Yes.
argument. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the first thing a lot of women do is, they don't express themselves. They don't told you some things. And the first thing they do when they get mad at them is go back 6 months ago to something they done had a vulnerable moment with, and they express to you, and you bring that right back up. At that point, you just disrespected him, and everything else that day moving forward cancels out. You ain't gonna hit. They ain't gonna tell you else.
Right.
Nothing
Yep.
else.
Right.
And that's a hard pill to swallow for us women that come next. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Most of the time, a lot of men and women, they make
Mm-hmm.
us pay for what the other person did. Well, it wasn't me. You
It
haven't got
wasn't
to,
me.
but that's another
Right.
that's
Exactly.
another conversation. You know what I'm saying? But
That's true
we
though.
do
No,
have
that's
to be
true.
that we do have to be that safe space for him. But a
Mm-hmm.
lot of us, it's 2022. We're unlearned. We don't want to learn. We think we this. We think we
We
out for
think we
that.
know it
And
all.
we need to sit down somewhere and
Right.
listen to him. We need to be there for him,
Mm-hmm.
not trying to be in front or behind, not being his
Right.
equal, but we need to be one in unity, working together. You am I am you. But it's not like that anymore.
Exactly. Exactly. We got to get out of this independent mindset, man, and just allow them to be who they are.
That's a y'all. Hey, that's a. I don't think that because what y'all said. Allow the man. You gotta be somebody that the man can show some weakness around.
Mm-hmm.
Cause remember now, like around dudes,
Oh, they
it's
tough.
certain stuff we ain't gonna say to
Right.
not look weak.
Right.
So you got somebody like if I don't cry on you, I gotta be able to cry. I gotta be able to cry on your shoulder. I gotta be able to show some
Hey,
weakness.
hold on. Hold on. Mute Phoebe right quick. What'd you say, Trey?
Sometimes, like for instance, if I'm around dudes, it's gonna be I'm gonna show a great amount of toughness
Mm-hmm.
to mask how I really feel.
Right.
So if I feel like crying, I'm not gonna cry around them because I'm not gonna show that weakness.
Right.
But you, the woman, I gotta be able to cry on your shoulder though.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be somebody for me to be able to show
Right.
this vulnerability.
And here's the thing though. If I am in a relationship with somebody, I'm going to be so in tune, so in sync that I'm going to know when something is affecting you. I'm going to know when something is bothering you. And I'm not going to force it out of you, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to, hey, is it something you want to talk about? Just let you know I'm here whenever you want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And leave it at
Right.
that. And eventually you'll get to the point where you want to talk about it. But we gotta know each other. Like we can't be oblivious to what's going on.
Right. And I was just saying, I don't think that get enough credit as it need to get.
Right.
Like that's a big part of rehabilitation of the man.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like wanting the man to be more open and
Mm-hmm.
wanting him to vent to you and tell you this and this and this and this. The part about you being somebody that I can be show vulnerability around that don't get enough. I think communication is good, but it get
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the you know the
Credibility.
the, the
Mm-hmm.
you know the praise when
Mm-hmm.
this being able to be somebody I can be vulnerable around, it need to be up there too. Cause that's a major look. If a dude crying around you and
that's a compliment.
Man,
that's huge.
Exactly.
That's huge. Count that as a blessing.
But let me ask a question though, Trey.
About you if he can do that. He really cares.
But let me ask a question, like, because I mean, I'm glad you said that because I actually had that happen to me, but the man still left. I was like, I feel, and I have to say this because maybe somebody else has been through this. Like, I was that and more. Like, he cried on my shoulder. Like, I was that safe place, but yet it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to sustain the relationship. You see what I'm saying? If what I'm saying makes sense. I guess that's the biggest question. That's the biggest question I have about myself is feeling guilty like I did something wrong when I did everything that I could. Sometimes I think, well, maybe that just wasn't the relationship for you, which I know it wasn't. But from a man's standpoint, after I've done all that, I've been there for you. I helped you. I did everything a man wanted, and it still didn't work.
See, look, that go back to what you said in the beginning. The dude know. Like you said, you stuck around in a relationship when you knew it wasn't going nowhere. Right. So the dude know that you is this person that he could cry around. But he also knew that he wasn't going to be with you, or for whatever reason, or he didn't want to be with you no more, or whatever, however it was. But you was good enough for him to be able to, see what I'm saying? Show his vulnerability. So you was good enough for that. But you weren't good enough to be with. So that's kind of how it is. But that's still showcasing that you got that ability to be able to do that. You still can that's a good trait about you that's gonna always be there.
Right. You can't change that about you. Right.
About you.
Right. And I just feel like, oh, go ahead, Trey.
No, go ahead.
No, I just feel like everybody that we meet, everybody that we cross paths with in life was meant for us to cross paths with, right? So everybody we meet is not for us to be with forever. It's some people come just to teach us a lesson, to help us, and a blessing to help us get to the next level. Whatever that may be, I think everybody that we come across has a unique purpose for our life. You know what I'm saying? And we have to be okay when that season has ended. And sometimes it hurt, you know what I'm saying? But that season had its purpose. That purpose was fulfilled. Now it's time to move on to whatever the next season is, right? So I think that plays a part too. We can't be wanting long-term relationship with seasonal people.
Okay. I'm trying to read some of these comments. Hold on.
Yeah, I think I want to address Sway Nicole. She said she can't deal with no crybaby. Define crybaby, because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I don't see a man just boo-hoo crying all the time. They're not gonna be just boo-hoo crying all the time. You know what I'm saying? But if they having a weak moment here and there, they should be able to be vulnerable. And when people say, I don't want no crybaby, men read that and be like, you know what? I know for a fact I won't talk to that person. You'll never hear nothing come out of my mouth.
There you go.
You calling me a crybaby for expressing something because I'm feeling a certain type of way. No shade or nothing to you, Nicole. But when I read that, I was just like, wait a minute. Because he had a weak moment, he's now a crybaby?
I think too that she's also mentioning like constantly all the time, but he had to have shown you that sign early on, because you don't just hide that for so long. You know what I'm saying? When you choose that, like I chose what I chose, so I had to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So I think we see those flags and we continue, and now we want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all along a problem, something that I can't do, but yet you did it. Don't talk about it like you ain't do it, because you did it. You actually
Right.
did it.
And I think I was reading the
You
comment.
said
I think we all have past trauma, right? We've all
right.
been living to a certain, we all in 30s and 40s and on up, right? So if you've been keep living, you're gonna go through some things. We all have past trauma. It's how you handle it and how you deal with it moving forward, right? So I mean, I don't know, but I would consider somebody having a weak moment a crybaby. That, if it's just somebody who just getting up crying all the time, then that's totally different.
To be honest, I think we all need a counselor. We all need a therapist. We
You
all
think
need
so?
somebody that we need to be talking to.
I feel
You
For
like
think
we
so?
real.
could we can be each
I
other's
know so,
therapists.
Trey.
I feel like we
Right.
can be
And
each other's
I get it.
therapists.
I think we all need a therapist, because if y'all look at just times, period, we all have been through so much, especially in relationships, families,
Mhm.
friends, just life. We all really need a therapist right now. Every
And
last one of us. I think therapy is good. We need it and we should do it. You'll be
And
I mean,
surprised what come out.
I'm sure. I just feel
but
like, within a relationship, I feel like we can be each other's therapists. Me personally, I think we should be able to be vulnerable and open up and have these tough conversations within a
I think
relationship.
so too, Renata. I think so too, but I have to disagree slightly.
Okay.
Everybody needs to be able to get away and be able to let that, what you can't say to that person, to somebody else, and then go back and be able to say what you need to say to your spouse. You kind of see what I'm saying? I think
can I
everybody need
say
that
it too?
free, that,
What you say,
because
Trey?
to be honest, Trey, a lot of people aren't just free spoken like that. Some people need help to get out what they need to get out. You know what I'm saying? It ain't
Right. Some
always
people
as
Okay.
need guidance.
easy. Some
Right.
people
Like,
do need a little help. And then
right.
eventually, after you've gone through therapy for some time, you're able to talk about it. It's just like school.
Right.
We go to school to
Yes.
learn,
Yes.
to be able to do
Yes.
this or that. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Right.
everybody do need a therapist or somebody else besides their spouse that they can talk to, so they can know how to approach.
How
Because if
to
you don't know
express
how,
themselves.
you can
Right.
bring something out to a person and hurt them. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with therapy. I do think people should invest in therapy, period.
Yeah.
Hey,
And I can agree with that.
you explained that very, very well.
I can agree with that, Phoebe. I do feel like, because a lot of people isn't as outspoken as we are right here on this platform, right? So some people need guidance into expressing themselves. Okay, you went through this. Now, how did that make you feel? Now, okay, you know what I'm saying, and help you guide you down that road to be able to open up and express. Because a lot of people just shut down internally, and they keep everything bottled in, and then at one moment then they just explode. So some people do need that guidance. Everybody doesn't, necessarily need the same exact guidance, but some
Right.
people do need that. I agree with you on that. I agree.
You know what? Normally, I would have disagreed to the umpteenth power. I would
Mm-hmm.
have said, no, won't need no therapy, won't even know
Mm-hmm.
them people. We taking them all our lives, and they strangers. But the way how you put it,
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Right.
I agree. I agree. Cause some people do need help getting that expressing.
Yeah. Some people don't
Just
even know how to
because
put it into
I might be
words.
an expressive person don't mean that the other person is accepting or as expressive as
Mm-hmm.
me. So
Exactly.
I agree with you. You swayed me. You
Yeah.
swayed me.
And also, I think we need to learn each other's communication style, right? So some people, um, are very, very expressive, right? If they have an issue, they want to address it right then. Whereas I'm a type of person where I want to process my thoughts before I come, because I don't want to say something that I have to later take back, for one. And for two, I want to analyze the whole situation so I can get, like, I'm one of those, um, I gotta try to see the good and everything. So I want to see the situation first. Okay, well, maybe I went left here, maybe this, and then come
Okay.
to the table like, okay, this is how I felt when this happened. I felt this way because of X, Y, Z,
Okay.
versus being hot headed and going straight into it and that may not even be in what you were saying, right? I had a whole different idea in my head. So I want to hear and I want to analyze the whole totality of the situation before I table it. That's me. But there are some people who are, as soon as an issue come up, they want to, they want to talk about it right then and there. So just knowing each other's communication style is very, very important.
It is, and that's why in that dating stage, going back to what we was talking about, that dating stage, you need to start pushing that issue in there and conversating more. You all need to be talking constantly, getting to know each other on a personal level, a mental level. You need to know where that person is in a mental state, not just because they fine. Anybody can dress up some ugly, you know what I'm saying, and make it look good.
Agree, Faye, because if I'm involved with you, me personally, I'm asking you certain questions about life, about relationships, about certain things, because I want to hear your thought process, how you gonna react in certain situations. When I'm doing this, it's strategic. I'm doing it for a purpose. I want to hear how you feel. I want to hear how you think. And if it's something that's like, I'm like, okay. So now it's gonna get me to ask different questions in depth, even more.
You know, that's why I really don't like texting. I mean, I know we can spell. You know, we get it. Texting is for like, I need to hit you up real quick, but I'd rather you call me and tell me this, that, or the third, because texting don't really give you that emotional. You don't know what they thinking. You think it's a joke or you may be offended, but you have to think that because
LOL at the end of everything, right? They put LOL.
Right, exactly.
What they say and then put LOL on the end.
That's why it's best when it's a serious conversation. You should call or come see that person so they can know your intentions. What's the tone of the conversation? You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess it's just because it's a new age. You know, we text more than anything. Like we can't talk no more.
It's convenient.
And it's gonna inconvenience us to continue to be single.
It's convenient. But I just feel like, I think, you know what I'm saying? I'm a texter and I'm a phone conversation person as well. So I like the combination of both. If it's something that you can text me, text it. If it's something serious, then, we're going to have that phone conversation or in-person conversation. That way I can hear the tone of your voice. I can hear you expressing it, how you feel. I can get all of that via a phone conversation. A lot of text messages can be misconstrued, right? So you can feel like somebody's being aggressive. You can feel like somebody is being, you know what I'm saying, ignorant and all that stuff. But if you talk and you can get the true version of how they really feel when you talk on the phone. So I think it's necessary to do a combination of the both. But something serious, let's talk face to face.
Yeah.
I would rather talk face to face. Not even on the phone. I'd rather talk face to face to something serious.
Miss Barkay said, if a dude don't call me every day, I already know he is not the one for me. Kiana said, somebody said to me, we need to miss each other.
And I agree. You don't want to overbear, you know what I'm saying, and too much. But you got to know each other. You know when to give space, when they need space. You know when they need affection. You gotta know the person you're involved with.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Both. Like I work overnight, so I know you're not expecting me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
She said it don't have to be a long conversation. It can be a 2-minute conversation, almost like like Fred Nicole said, check in. She said check in. So do y'all need a check in call every day? Is that like Essentially that's what
I do think you should check in. I do think you should check in.
I think at the bare minimum a text message. At the bare minimum, a text message. I feel like if somebody's really involved or really truly care for you, they're gonna wanna check in with you in some form every single day.
Yeah, I agree with that. You going it because everybody got to wake up, take a shower, and whatever else you got to do. So I do believe you should check in at
Um,
least once a
Yum
day.
Yum, Yum Yum said no. So I'm guessing it's preference.
It's preference. It's
Deborah
what you.
said Deborah said her mama told her when she was first dating her husband, let the man miss you.
Yes.
So is let me ask this. Is checking in um is that like not letting the man miss you? Like him checking in every single day, would that be considered not letting him miss you? How
I
How
don't think checking in have nothing to do with me missing you or not. I'm gonna miss you
okay.
whether if you check in or if you don't. That's me.
right?
But
I'm
you don't
saying
have to
like
tell
having.
a grown man or a grown woman what to do. You don't have to tell them what time, you don't have to put a label on what we got to. You don't have to do all that when you actually talking to a genuine person that wants you.
Right, exactly. And I think letting a guy miss you is saying not necessarily having to be up under him all the time, having to be on the phone with him all the time. That right there, like me personally, I don't want to be up on somebody every single day. Not unless we not unless we live together, then that's different. But having to, um constantly
Sound like trust
calls and
issues to
constantly
me.
doing it. Yeah, it sounds like some insecurities and some trust issues. Um, how I was taught is let him chase you, let him pursue you. So oftentimes I will wait on a phone call or wait on that text message because I don't want to seem like I'm the one, you know what I'm saying, going above and beyond. Like I'm forcing this on them. So I kind of sit back and let them, you know what I'm saying, pursue me. That's how I do it.
Okay.
So
I'm a little different in a lot of ways when it comes to the pursuing part. Uh, I'm gonna let you do you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in the previous statement, if you really want me, it ain't gonna be no pursuing and I'm wondering and it's not gonna be. I'm gonna know exactly where I stand with you and you're gonna make that known, period. I'm not gonna have to go through all of that. You know what I'm saying? So if I
mhm,
question you about anything, that right there lets me know, what you got going on in your life, and it's okay. I'm
right.
just going to continue to do me, and when you get ready to hit me up, you'll hit me up. But if it's 2 or 3 days later, just know I'm pretty much done moved on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's okay. I'm not mad.
And I agree. I agree with a lot of that too. I agree
Kiana
with a lot of that.
said, how y'all feel about this? Kiana said, nowadays it's no dating, it's you talking or you together. It's no in between.
And that's true. That's why I said I think it was on another live. I was saying that people go from just meeting up, hooking up, smashing on that first session or whenever, and then going from that straight into a situationship, which is basically a relationship, right? And they're not taking the time to get to know each other. They're not asking in-depth questions. They're not trying to date each other, right? So they skipping that whole middle ground and they're going straight to feeling like they're in a relationship with somebody. Now you in this situationship with somebody you don't even know, and you are emotionally connected and emotionally involved.
You know why, Renata?
What's
Because
up?
people have been broken and hurt so much. They ain't even got time. They want to get to the nitty gritty. Let's
Mm-hmm.
do this. You know what I'm saying? So we can move on so I can see if
Come
I
on.
like you or not after we done had sex and all this. And then I'll move on. And that's why a lot of people are hurt right now. We just doing whatever. We really acting like kids.
Yes,
Mm,
and that's a good
mm.
point too.
For
Um,
real, for real.
I'll go get the other block in my room. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, to the guys, I would like show effort too. If you're into somebody, take the initial effort to. I shouldn't be the one planning things all the time. I shouldn't play, hey, can we go do this? Hey, because a lot of times the guys, they gonna do it, but you know, you take the initiative. You make some plans. You do all that.
When a man do that, that lets you know, besides effort, that lets you know what?
They
When
let
a
you
man,
know that he's.
when
They
a man
let you know that he's.
do this, you know what?
That knows that lets you know that he's into you, right? That lets you know that he's emotionally invested. That you somebody that he's serious about getting to know. If 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 a woman is the one constantly reaching out to you saying, "Hey, can we do this? Hey, can we do this? Hey, can we go there?" It's pretty much given. He's not involved. He's not invested in you.
Yeah, I get that. I get that, but I mean, it can work different ways though, because some men don't know what to do. Okay, I'm trying to say this right. Some men don't know to make that step or that initiative all the time, especially when it comes to a lady or a woman, girl that they really, really like. So now that they're nervous, they really don't know how to take that full step. Okay, I'm gonna plan this, plan that, because he could say, "Hey, I want to go on a trip," and just plan the flight. But he ain't do the motel. He ain't do the
Hey,
food. You kind of
you
see what I'm saying?
listen,
So we have
baby.
to learn to, yeah,
I don't need him to do all that. I just need him to be
right,
like, you know what? I want to see you on this particular whatever. And let's figure out. I want to. You can play out one part of it, okay? Let's go do this right
right,
here. And I'm like, okay. Well, since we over there in that area, we can do this here too. Or you know what I'm saying, like vice versa. If I'm a person, I'm a planner. If it's something that I see, if it's a game I want to go watch, if it's something I know that you like, I'm gonna plan. Hey, what you got going on this weekend right here? I bet. And I'm gonna plan something. And I just feel like if you're into somebody, you should be able to do just that. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna, you know what I'm saying? They gonna go with whatever you got going on, right? So I'm gonna go with whatever you plan. Whether you know what I'm saying, you should know that person that you're dating, right? You should
right,
know if it's something they're gonna be
exactly.
into. You should know a little bit about somebody that you're talking to, right? So
Right.
plan accordingly.
So let me ask you this: how do you know that you're dating?
Conversation.
Yeah, but let's just say y'all have that conversation. Y'all seeing each other. It still hasn't been actually established that you're dating. So
Right.
do you just assume that it's dating? Because a lot of people are going through that. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
we we
Y'all
we
kicking
we
it.
can't we can't ask anything, I guess. So that's why I'm saying, like, that's whenever you get to the point where you feel like things have evolved in something different, or you feel like you've attached emotions to certain things, then I guess that's when the conversation needs to be had though.
Right,
What are we doing?
right,
Well, I mean, where how do you see us right now?
right. And be ready to accept whatever is said.
Exactly. Exactly. But I think a lot of times we avoid that conversation.
Yeah, because we don't want to hear that rejection. I have
Right.
to agree with that. We don't
Mm-hmm.
want to hear that rejection. So we just go with the flow on a
Go with the
lot of
flow.
things.
And you be flowing from this year to next year to next
Yep.
year, however long you allow the flow to flow.
Yep.
All right. Let me listen.
Debbie.
You talking about you want to be my boyfriend?
Check the box.
Is it anybody else on the live want to come and share their piece? All right. Before we get off, anybody want to come on? You gotta have 1,000 followers now. You gotta have 1,000 followers. Is it anybody else want to come share their piece? Speak now, or don't speak at all. Music girl, what's going on? All right. And just to my boy there. And just to give y'all a recap now. Yeah, I know we you know, extended or stepped over into some other, conversation. All right. But the main topic was for the women to help us men, give us some advice, all right, on how to date, how to get in a relationship, and how to maintain it.
Yep.
All right. That was
So,
the topic. Okay.
yes.
And in the top 5.
We got about 7 now.
Okay.
And I don't thought of a couple of more.
So we got 7. Number 1.
Number 1 is stay true to yourself.
True. Number 2,
Be honest.
Honest.
3, communicate.
Communicate.
Be consistent.
That's my one now. Consistent.
Be consistent. Inconsistency is a deal breaker.
Why you say that's your number 1, Trey? Why is that your favorite, Trey?
Deal breaker. Deal breaker.
Deal breaker. I said it was a deal breaker. That's why.
Deal breaker.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't like that up and down stuff.
Be emotionally involved. Yes.
I like that one too, man.
Yeah, you like that one too.
We see.
Number 6 is show effort.
Show effort.
And be intentional.
Ooh, number 7?
Yep.
Ooh. Be intentional. International. I like that. Well, hey, this 7 good ones, man.
Yeah, I got some questions.
You got some questions?
No, not for. I'm just saying I'm going to use that, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Y'all ladies agree with that?
Stay true. Number 2, be honest. Number 3, communicate. Number 4, be consistent. Don't start out doing something in the beginning. You ain't gonna do it in the end. All right. Inconsistency, you might well hit the dough. All right. Mm-hmm. Number 5, be emotionally involved. Number 6, show some effort. All right. Number 7, be intentional. Mean what you say. Say what you mean. All right.
Yeah.
Facts.
Fiona said, yes, I do. I have a lot of questions for the men. Fiona, you
Me
got
too.
You ain't got but 200 people following you. You can't even bring you on.
Cause I think all those are good topics, and I just think men be all over the place sometimes. I get bored quick, for real.
Hey, Phoebe, oh my God, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just I'm somebody. I
get so bored.
I get bored quick. I get tired.
Me too.
Quick. It doesn't
Me too.
take much.
Wait. Talk about boredom. Talk about the boredom. Talk about elaborate, percolate.
I think that boredom. I think for me, you know, when a guy tries to bring all at once, you know what I'm saying, and then it's always the same thing. I'm predicting everything you're gonna say.
Don't be.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like that. Like
number 8, don't be predictable.
I don't like it when men try to impress me so much and you really don't have it like that. Yes, you're really not that type of guy. I'm already bored. You know what I'm saying? To me, like, I'm very simple. The things that I like to do, most women probably wouldn't do. Like, I like sports and stuff like that. So, like, if you're a more homie type guy, you're not funny, you know what I'm saying, I'm probably yarning the first 15 minutes, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not saying I'm Nicki Minaj or nothing like that. I'm just saying I have a preference too. You know, you have to keep my attention because I can get bored. And I'm pretty much like, I'm probably going to call my sister because I've done it. And I'll be like, look, meet me outside. You know what I'm saying? And I'm out because I'm a type of woman that gets really bored fast.
For me, I don't like creatures of like doing habit. Like, that's why it's not good for when a guy asks a woman, okay, what you like, me personally, I don't want to tell you what I like. I want you to get to know me and see
Okay.
what I like. That
Okay.
way, if I tell you I like to go do this, then that means every single time we go out, we're gonna go do this, and this. You're not gonna deviate off that path. You're not gonna change anything. You're gonna go do this, because I told you this is what I like. But if you get around me and you get to know me, you're gonna know I like certain sports teams. You're gonna know that I like doing this. You're gonna know I like certain things. Get to know me. That way you can go out and pick what we're gonna go and do. We don't have to go out and do the same thing over and over and over again. So that's what I mean by getting bored. Just repetitively doing the same thing over and over and over again. Like, be spontaneous. Think outside the box.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to Phoebe.
She probably had to get off. All right. Let's see what the comment. Let's read comment. Let's see what the comment. What comment, right? Come on, comments. Kiana said, I had one bragging about what his family had. Like, what do you have? I don't like, Ms. Vacay said, I don't like all that unnecessary bragging in the beginning. Be yourself. Stop trying too hard to impress me. Deborah said, yes, what you have? Nothing. Kiana said, I mean, not a thing.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about the list I gave you? What do you think about it?
Oh, listen. This a great list. This is a good list. The ones that I would say, the ones that I would look at and be like, I can take heed to this. All right, it would probably be. See, it ain't even on him. Like I said, I put the vulnerability part. I rank that high. That's high on my board. That's high on my board. But it don't even really go. It don't even really like.
The vulnerability go into being emotionally invested. That's what the vulnerability falls into.
Okay, well,
being emotionally invested. You can just put a / vulnerability if you want to.
But that's my number one.
Yeah.
That's my number one.
Yeah.
That's my number one.
Yeah.
All right. And then probably be communicate.
Communicate, yeah.
Probably be communicate. Them be my top two that I would say for me. Now I don't know about nobody else.
All right. So out of the ones that's on that list, which ones would you say is the hardest for you to do?
Ooh, probably communicate.
Yeah.
I mean, I can communicate, but I sometimes
I got you, Debbie.
I get like how can I say it? I don't know. Sometimes I can be a little, I guess you could say, moody. Mm-hmm. Like I'm real, like, okay. Say for instance, we'll write each other for a good amount of time.
Okay.
And I feel like by now you should have picked up on some things about me, right?
Right.
And if we having a conversation and something come up, and I expect you to know that based off of you being around me, you should know certain.
Right.
But if you don't know that kind of it You know what I'm saying?
It means they haven't been paying attention to you.
And I don't like that.
Right.
And I don't like repeating myself a lot.
I hate that.
I don't like, because I'm listening to you. You might not be listening to me. You might not be. I might not even be looking at you. I might be glazing off somewhere. I'm listening to what you're saying. All right? 90% of the time, I hear what you're saying. All right? So, I don't even like somebody being repetitive to me, because now I'm interpreting that as you think I ain't listening to you.
I'm not listening.
That me the wrong way.
Right. Yes.
See what I'm saying? So when that happened, I get a little moody. Or I get to, you know, my tolerance level kind of go up or not. I can't really, you know, or go down or not.
It go down, yeah.
You know, I can't. You know what I mean? I get a little
irritated. I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I get irritated.
And you might think I'm being. You might see it as damn, what wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? And I don't say, well, my tolerance level went down because you said this, and I felt like you should have do this. Or you see what I'm saying? I don't really break it all the way down. I just be like, what else? You see what I'm saying?
Because you don't want to talk about it right there. You're irritated.
Would be my, see what I'm saying, hardest one. So it'll be communication for me.
Okay.
But for the rest of them, you know, the easiest would probably be staying true, showing effort, being intentional, being honest, don't be predictable. That I feel like all that go together. I feel like that's easy.
And I think a lot of it is easy if, you know what I'm saying, if you're number one, staying true to yourself. That's first and foremost. If you can't be true to you, you definitely can't be true to me. So, yeah, stay true to you, man. That's first and foremost. Be honest. Yeah. And that was a good topic. Good topic.
You said,
Phoebe said she can do all that. She just struggled with getting bored. And yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was this live gonna be up on the YouTube channel now. All right. Anybody that came in late and want to catch it from the beginning, okay, it's probably about 2 hours long. All right. And it's a good live. Women giving advice to men. Okay.
Curveball, it is. It is.
Okay. Get in a relationship and then maintaining.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, so tomorrow we back live again. Okay. In the morning. I'll be live in the morning. All right. Live in the morning. Okay. And tomorrow evening. I'm live both times. Okay. I'm working on, like I said, I got orders I'm working on tomorrow. Sea moss gel. I got Janine. I got Amanda. I got Jasmine Hill. I got Nick Smith. I got Janelle Merton. I got Cheyenne Johnson. I got Brian Crawford. I got all y'all tomorrow. Okay. plus everybody else that ordered today. All right, and on the 17th and the 18th. All right, and all y'all new people, all right, make sure y'all hit the link in the bio. Follow your boy on Instagram. All right, add your boy on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, just in case you miss a live and you want to go back and watch it. You can catch it on the tube. All right, and if you're on the website, use the coupon. Oh, and today, tell me if you're going, Lois.
Yeah, she in Bible study.
Anyway, today was Tiny Baby's birthday. All right. And like I said, November the 1st to November the 15th, I'm giving away free elderberry syrup. All right, to anybody that purchased some for $50. All right, you get a free elderberry syrup. All right,
Debbie,
okay.
yes.
From November the 1st to November the 15th. All right, but for now, use the coupon code SELLFOOD for your 10% discount. Okay, holla at y'all.